I'm tired. Please excuse my morning voice. I just woke up. I can't go fast. I know that you see if you fools can power through and make it through. You got this? No, it's stuff that I'm looking forward to in the future, and I hope you can.
Somebody's not happy.
I'm fine. Everyone else has been screaming at the top of their lungs, but I'm just fine. But I personally look forward to Sarah's Fauna villain arc.
Villain arc?
Listen. Poison Ivy is hot. Now imagine Sarah's Fauna as Poison Ivy. Yes, it all comes together.
I thought you
It all
weren't.
comes together.
I thought you weren't a fan of her voice.
I'm not a fan of her voice. Now, if we could just get her to deepen it down, something a little more husky. Anyway, this is the Geek-Posium. It is another Saturday. It has been a lovely, lovely week. It is snowing on and off in our area, so sucks.
Yep, I'm getting lake effect snow here as well.
And I've been in and out all day, so I'm just like, I am tired of going outside and being cold, and then coming inside and going, okay, I'm warm. Crap, I have to shovel the walk.
Again.
Great, now I'm cold.
I'm not looking forward to bailing my car out on tomorrow morning so I can take care of some BS tomorrow.
Yep. So as you saw, Sarah's Fauna is officially finished. She did a 12-hour stream as her final stream.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to go out.
That's one hell of a way to go out. But she started off in like this puddle thing, which is what we saw there.
Yep.
She was talking about what she hopes for the future. And I was like, girl, your audio shit. What are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? Are you making your audio purposely shit right now?
It wouldn't be a Hololive EN stream without something being scuffed.
It wouldn't be any VTuber stream without something being scuffed. That's what I'm finding very generally. It also takes a lot to remember everything you have to put together and the intricacies of adding in the little virtual model, which you think would make it easier, does not in fact make it easier.
No, it doesn't.
The virtual model only makes it worse.
Only makes it worse.
Only makes it worse. I am looking extra blue. I'm not sure why.
Maybe it's your headphones affecting things.
I don't know. I'm just
because they're extra glowy.
Don't know. Don't really know. Don't really care. But there we are. The God. But yeah. So that's up and over with. The saplings have been screaming bloody murder, and I'm just like do, because it doesn't actually affect me, but it was apparently a huge deal to the VTuber community. The VTubers are screaming holy hell, and I'm like, you guys need to relax. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. All right, it'll be okay. Although I didn't like the whole we should push to get her to 1 million before she graduates. I'm like, don't do that. That's just gonna be painful. That gold play button's just gonna be painful to look at.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that is.
Although I did not for a graduating VTuber, but I do know a YouTuber who passed away. Everyone went and subscribed to his channel so his family could have the play button.
I mean that's a little bit different.
But that's different.
That's not not the end of career type of thing there.
Well, it is end of career, but different in a different way.
Yeah, different way. It's not Anyway, the looking at all of this, I've been enjoying this because I'm learning the difference between the affiliate status and the graduation status might be the end result of continuing using the original asset or IP. that I see is probably the difference between like Ame getting like that weird affiliate status, but no longer being part of the company. We're live, by the way.
Finally.
We're only like 8 minutes in. It's fine.
5 minutes.
Whatever. But the
Started a little late.
we did. That was my fault because I needed a nap, and I took the nap, and then my stomach was like, "You need to use the bathroom right now." I'm like, "Oh no."
Too much fiber today.
Or something.
Something.
Something. I mean, I had I made a breakfast burrito today, and because I had all the necessary, I have chicken, I have rice, I have eggs,
I have all these things. I need to use them.
and I'm like, and the salsa is low, so if I just use the salsa, I'll be fine. So anyway, the what was I saying? Oh, so the end result, big difference is probably just merchandise and continued using of the IP or original assets. Because from what I can tell, with every other graduation, the I believe the channel comes down that same month.
Yeah.
So to keep everyone kind of, sort of, little bit honest. So like no one's like, hey, you owe me money for XYZ. They go, no, I don't owe you money for nothing.
Yeah, they take it down to no one.
Yep.
But when there's an affiliate thing, they'll keep it open, but
No
so there's
more.
still some sort of ongoing business relationship, but
Yeah, and
otherwise
a far
there's
more passive money exchange.
yeah.
There we are. I got a hold of a bunch of contracts from the 20 VTuber corporations that went down. Really, I got like maybe 8 of them total. But one thing I was noticing was, depending upon where your corporation was located, really defined what kind of VTuber corpo you were joining. And no one should join any corporation from
Singapore.
Singapore. Stay away from Singapore. Stay away from Singapore. That's the only. I don't know what to say about that.
I've seen none of these, but from what you were describing, it sounds like the contracts from Singapore aren't even actually contracts.
They're slave wage jobs, pretty much.
Yeah, it sounds like there's no. It doesn't even sound like there's that there's anything approaching consideration.
Equal. No.
Like,
But
you do this and you get nothing.
in some cases, yes. Yes, absolutely.
That's not you get nothing is not an exchange of rights, or is not an exchange of rights and duties. That's no.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of awful. But there we are. I am waiting for a few people to get back to me, but everyone's just like, yeah, no, I'm not sharing with anyone else. Go, okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll just let people know this is what I've seen. Can you share that? No, I cannot, because it's highly illegal. It's highly illegal. But that's an ongoing thing. Elon Musk is people are claiming he's talking about himself on the internet as someone else.
It's weird.
Pippa did a deep dive on this.
She did it yesterday, and I didn't feel autistic enough to listen to it.
I sat through some of it, and then like a different VTuber I liked was on, and I was like, Pippa, I love you when you're doing autistic reaction stuff, but I also really don't care about the subject. That's why I'm like I love these streams of hers. I don't like I just don't care about Elon Musk that much. Like I don't care if he's praising himself online as someone else. It doesn't affect me.
Especially since it's poll.
Yeah, I don't care about 4chan.
It's 4chan. Everyone's lying anyway.
It's 4chan. Everyone's a bot, just like Facebook. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa-pa.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, but yeah. But the God, what else did I want to talk about? I mean, I don't want to talk about that. The Sarah's Fauna thing. There was something else. Something else happened, but I can't remember what the heck it was. Oh, Pippa's online. Hi, Pippa.
Oh.
All right.
She doesn't usually stream on a Saturday night, does she?
She is apparently. I got the notification that she's streaming in an hour.
Oh.
So I guess she's streaming tonight.
Oh, I thought she usually took Saturday night and Sunday night off.
She normally does, and I'm surprised she's not streaming tonight because I thought she was part of Nyanya Bananas. That's what I'm talking about. Nyanya Bananas is doing a VTuber concert online tonight for people to check out. So at 9 p.m. after you're done watching us, go check out her. She's on YouTube or Twitch when she streams. I want to say Twitch. I'm gonna go with Twitch. Probably Twitch. Probably Twitch. But if it like, you can go check out her stuff. She knows a lot of the really good singers who are VTubers. So go and check that out. And I honestly thought like maybe Pippa would be there and do a little song thing, but I also don't know her contract, so I don't know if she can or she can't.
Yep.
Like I know she can collab with anyone she wants, but
whether or not that extends to music is a different thing.
Yeah, that's a wholly different issue. Because there are stipulations within stipulations. There are rules within rules. Let's see here. There was something I wanted to talk about today, but I cannot remember what the heck it was. Like there was something like actually important, but I took a nap and now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
It's gone.
I know you said you want to talk about the AI bot profiles.
Yeah, because we grabbed the.
I know you sent me an article about Google Chrome.
Mm-hmm. There was something that actually was important, but I can't remember what the heck it was. It's gone now. It's gone now.
It's gone. Gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday.
It does not help. Everything I'm looking at is like old news. Okay. Something had piqued my interest, but it's gone now, so I don't know what happened there.
Oh well.
No. It was something like important, but it was something so very niche that it didn't really matter that much. Maybe it's in my search history. Let me see here. Loading.
Please stand by. So,
go ahead. I'm listening.
While you're trying to find that, what have you been doing other than shoveling snow?
I have been editing videos and working on some other stuff for the VTuber. So that's something I've been working on. There is also the process of looking up business loans and whether or not I could get one for starting up an agency. Which, I'll tell you right now, it is going to be a six-digit freaking loan.
Yeah.
Just looking at overall cost, it's going to be a 6-digit loan. Why? Because my lowest estimate I could do, just looking at it, was close to 6 digits, and I'm like, I'm going to need some padding here.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So
because you're gonna have to buy assets. Art is expensive.
Art is expensive. There's advertising. There's also
advertising equipment.
Keeping $20,000 in holdover for any law needs or legal needs
Yeah,
after startup, which is something most people forget about. And they're like, why do you have like just $10,000 sitting around? I go, that's for legal nonsense. What do you mean
yeah.
legal nonsense? Legal nonsense.
That's not even to pay a lawyer. That's to pay taxes.
Well, no, the 10 grand's just for legal nonsense. There's another 10 grand just for taxes.
Uh,
But that's only if we make money. Was that
and
it?
most VTuber companies don't make money right out of the gate.
Majority, most companies don't end up in the black for the first 2 to 3 years.
Period.
Period. End
No
statement.
matter what the company is.
No matter what it is, 2 to 3 years. So you shouldn't expect to make any money until the 4th, 5th year. A lot of people who come out of business school, like you said, think short term, and they're like, why is my business failing? Go, because you don't know how to run a business.
Yeah,
You know how to keep a large business flowing, not how to make a small business grow.
Yeah. You gotta think long term. You gotta think long term, and every penny that comes in, you gotta reinvest until you can get stable.
Yep, exactly. Here we go. The second season of solo adventure or solo.
Solo leveling.
Yep, is out. It came out today. So first episode, second season. Did you ever get into watching that or no?
I never got into it.
Oh, it's.
I have been behind on shit. I am just starting to get caught up on Demon Slayer.
Yeah, you were talking to me about Demon Slayer. I'm like, you were like 2 years behind there, but
I've been in law school for 3 years. I am incredibly behind.
Yep.
The only thing current I'm up to date on is Rurouni Kenshin, and that's a remake of a 10-year-old not even 10 of a near 30-year-old show.
The funniest part about all this is that the is that there's just a list of things that you have to go and watch, and both me and Neil are like, I don't know anymore because it's been so long. There's so many, like, a lot of banger shows came out in the last 2 years.
There's been a bunch of banger shows, and I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched Samoshi no Ko. That's a banger.
That's a great one. There's Insomnia something on High Dive. It's about a boy and a girl who start a sleep at school club or something like that.
I saw that.
Um,
Yeah, there's
the
Jobless
fourth season,
Reincarnation. That
Jobless. Yeah, the second season of Jobless Reincarnation, which you missed. The fourth season of
I've sort of caught up. I've jumped around and
the fourth season
because I showed up to Anime Club once and they had it on, and I wiki dived, so I knew what the fuck was going on.
The fourth season of what's it called? Of is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Which
that's a show I keep on meaning to watch, but now it's just gone on so long. I'm just like, do I want to take this time commitment, or do I just want to wait until I finish the bar and just spend 3 weeks doing nothing but catching up on shows?
If you can find a weekend to not be on the bar, you can catch up on it within 2 months. No, I'm
not gonna be able to do that until end of February.
Then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it till then. Because the first season, if you didn't watch it, is slow. It is a slow burn because it's literally the beginning of the hero.
Right.
The second season is faster because it's the hero's journey. The third season is pretty fast because it's the story of the hero beginning to question how the world works and why he should follow what the world wants.
Right.
And the fourth season is the hero losing all of his support structure and his very identity, and whether or not he can hold on to his morals and himself at the end.
At the end.
Mm-hmm. And then the fifth season is coming out. So there we go.
See, see what the hell am I caught? The only real thing I'm other than like Kenshin that I'm caught up on, and I'm catching up on Demon Slayer. I've been caught up in is Kaguya-sama, and that was reaching the end anyway.
Yeah, I mean that only had what 3 seasons.
It only had 3 seasons plus a movie, and the end of the 3rd season was kind of where it starts the back half. But it doesn't get to. It hasn't gotten to the best part of the back half because I burned through that manga as well.
Did you ever watch Real Life?
Keep intending to.
All right,
because I've heard great things about it,
specifically from me, because that is such a good. It's supposed to be a rom-com because it's under the rom-coms section, but the main character is the one getting in the romance.
Yeah,
he's kind of there to help it along and to fix everyone else's issues. Such a weird concept of if a man in his late 20s is failing to find a steady job and fit in with society, so he's given a chance to go back to school for 1 year as a high school student, and if he can do it without being found out as being 28 years old, he can then have any job he wants. People go, well, they're gonna know he's 28. Well, they give him a pill so he looks like he's a teenager.
So it looks like he's a teenager.
Mm-hmm. So he does that, and it's a whole thing about how his, because he's more mature, he helps everyone else who's younger deal with their interpersonal relationships, because he goes, you don't have to do that, you just do this. Have you thought about this right here?
Have you actually slowed your roll for a second?
Yep. And you've got a girl who's like super autistic and doesn't understand and can't really express herself very well. And she's like, I don't understand. I can't make friends. I'm like, oh, she's an adorable puppy. I want to take her home. Oh yeah. So that real life is always good. What else came out in the last year that's decent? I'm trying to think. There's so many
I'm not
things.
caught up on it, but if you're in a car shit, MF Ghost came out finally.
Oh, yeah, that's all I can think of there. All right, I believe that's it. That's all I had. Let's actually jump into the news. What are you starting with?
Google Chrome. You said this to me.
Google Chrome is doing. Oh God, it's so tiny.
I Google can Chrome, change that.
There we go. Yeah. So Google Chrome is they're doing an update. This is
they're pushing an update that breaks compatibility with Edge. Meanwhile, Edge is built upon Chrome, and Microsoft's been trying to push Edge like, hey, it has everything you like about Chrome, but it's integrated with your Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. I don't care. I'm still not using Edge. I don't care. I refuse.
I'm running out of a browser to use, man.
Brave continues to be the one that works for me. So,
Chrome also pushed out an update that broke all my ad blocker.
uBlock is officially dead.
Yeah, uBlock is officially dead. That's why I have I'm hoping my VPN plugin blocks ads, but doesn't block every ad.
Yep.
Let's see. Firefox. The board has gone insane. The Mozilla board has gone insane. Oh yeah, that's been a trash fire I've been monitoring from afar.
And Brave continues to be the little browser that should. I'm like, you're fine. You're okay, Brave. I have no problem with you, Brave.
Yeah,
you keep doing what I need you to.
But Brave's got the same issue that Edge has. It's built upon Chrome.
I'm not sure if it's built upon Chrome or if it just has a Chrome base and then it kind of moves on from there. I'm not sure if
it's a Chromium based browser. So
Yeah, I don't know if because the update hasn't affect Brave at all, like at all. So Brave continues to work. All my ad blockers can continue to work. I'm fine. So
Anyhow,
Brave Brave continues to be the little one that could. And yes, I ad block. Why? Because I have to look at news all day,
all day.
and those giant stupid playing ads that cover up half the article are very annoying.
Oh my god, it makes certain websites unusable.
I mean, I understand what's happening there because even website owners are pissed off at Google because Google has started just having their AI answer things instead of giving
Actually,
out.
taking you to the website.
Yep. So
Um,
yeah,
like I go into I'm trying to do a wiki dive, and all the Wikia, which has half the wikis, is unfucking usable.
because of all the stupid ads that are
It's all
just covering up shit.
stupid. Oh my god, it just free it's okay when I'm on the computer, but if I'm trying to look something up quickly on my phone, it just freezes my phone.
I can believe that. Yep.
It's dumb.
So yeah, so that's the issue right there. Is Chrome's newest update is breaking Edge, which in turn is breaking Windows 11.
As if Windows 11 needed any help being busted.
Well, considering Windows 10 is no longer being supported, yes, that's. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm happy that you decided to go and end Windows 10, but could you have made the next software update before you did that, please? Although I will say that the newest Windows update did make my capture card unusable. My capture card is now obsolete.
How?
Well, it's no longer being supported, and the newest update that was pushed to it was a security update that said, "Hey, this program is a security breach or a security hazard. I'm going to close it."
Oh, that's the software. You're talking about the software for it.
Mm-hmm.
It should still report as a camera it should still report as a video source or camera to Windows.
Driver will not run. Driver says no.
Jesus Christ. Let me
So
I gotta check something to see if something works in a little bit. Make sure my capture card still works. I got a
yep,
cheap
and
one though, I got a cheap one, so it should still report as a camera though.
I mean, I mean, I've had this capture card for 10 years, and
That's probably why.
and
A lot of the cheap ones now just report as a camera to Windows.
yeah, this one had its own little like program it had to run that would let you capture the stuff. And I go, okay, cool, whatever. I don't really care. So
That's why.
and I was like, okay, well, here's my issue. It will no longer work. So I'm like, well, that sucks. That's annoying.
You can get a cheap one for like $10 off Amazon these days.
It's $30. I was checking. So, but yeah,
Not a good one, but one that'll work.
I just needed to record or to show what I have on my console on my screen. That's all I need.
So, anywho,
Besides, I bit the bullet and grabbed the controller first so I could play a couple of the games that I have. That people have bought me on Steam that are like, you need to use the controller to play this. I go, ugh.
anywho, so you said we needed to find an arc of this. So Meta's creating AI generated bot profiles, as if we needed any more spam on our Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds.
So what's great about this is two things. First of all, the AI bot things are there to go and help push user interaction for advertisements. That's what they're there for. They're there
Now,
to make it look like people are interested in your product.
now,
Now, this is something that we've been claiming TikTok does for years and is improper and unethical.
yes,
And instead of and which is one of the reasons why TikTok is being shut down. And instead of everyone going, "Oh, that's a warning, we probably shouldn't do this," Mark Zuckerberg goes, "You know what we should do? We should do what TikTok's doing, so we look better for advertisers." This works on TikTok because TikTok is the land of Zoomers. They're stupid.
Yeah. You think this won't fool boomers?
Oh, I'm sure it'll fool boomers. The problem is
It'll piss millennials the fuck off.
Yes. Millennials will be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, this is like a lot of millennials I know don't go on TikTok. Why? Because it's all a bunch of bots.
Yeah.
They don't they understand that the numbers they're looking at are not real. Now, Facebook has had an issue with numbers for as long as I can remember. Whenever they started pushing out newer tech stuff, people used to say you should stream on Facebook because the numbers are so very good. The numbers weren't real. The numbers were never real. All right. The same thing with engagement. The same thing with article clicks. All this stuff was not real.
Nope.
It was all weird. So we're like, okay. And only certain things caught the algorithm, and those certain things were pushed more and more and more. People kept clicking on it as bots kept clicking on it. It's a whole thing. That's what I wanted to talk about. Do we have an article for CD Projekt Red using bots?
Oh, no, we don't.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. That was my fucking thing. It wasn't like a huge deal, but yeah.
But yeah, CD Projekt Red got caught using bots to doing what Meta wants to do for everything.
Yes. They were trying to yeah, and we're like, that's weird. Why are all these not real people interacting with me?
But that's been a thing where people have paid bot forums for a while now.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's one of the reasons why Musk bought Twitter was he was just tired of interacting with bots all day.
Bot farms are fairly new. Not fairly. They're fairly well used, and they're cheap. They're cheap. It is very cheap to get like 100 bots is like $5.
And the bots are getting better because of language models.
Yep, large language models make everything better and everything worse. You know, which is why I'm getting like I'm applying for jobs. I'm getting back like scam emails where they'll be like, "Oh yeah, just here's please schedule a thing using this link," and I'll go, "That's a weird link. Let me hover over it. That link doesn't match this link."
Nope.
And I go, "That's weird. Let me type in the link." Oh, it leads nothing. Hey, this link doesn't lead to anything. Just send me the right one. They'll send me another one. It's typed out the exact same way. Hover over it. Nope. Well, okay. All right. Let me go ahead and report this job. I'm like, first of all, these are cybersecurity jobs. Why the fuck are you doing this?
Yeah, you would think that your target audience for the scam would know better.
I mean, I think anyone who falls for that probably shouldn't be in cybersecurity.
Yep.
While you watch me, I'm like, let me just go and type this in. That's weird. It leads to nothing. Why does it lead to nothing? It's like, Darren, did you type it in correctly? I typed it in correctly. Yes.
Yeah, I typed it in correctly.
It leads to nothing. Why are you typing in the link? Why wouldn't I type in the link? I don't know this company, and this company has a very, very fancy looking splash page, but I don't know this company. So here we are. Anyway, so what's funny about this is Meta's also having an issue where a lot of the AI bots have turned racist.
Tay continues continues on from the grave.
And like, it's really bad because like there's one that's a Pakistan, this will be a Pakistani mom, and the things she says about Israel are pretty bad.
You mean accurate to what the character, what the portrayal would say?
Listen, man, I'm not saying Pakistanis hate the Jews. I'm just saying the Pakistanis are right there, and this is a Pakistani AI large language model. This is what it's doing.
It's reflective to it's reflective of what many accounts from Pakistan would actually say.
Oops,
They say it's too realistic.
oops.
What?
There's one that a Chinese one that says some really mean things about Indian people. There's I'm just like, okay, all right, here we are.
I mean, it's not like in Chinese and Indian soldiers are beating each other with clubs on the Kashmir Pass.
They have guns, right? Like they have guns.
They're using clubs, so it doesn't. There's a tacit agreement that they will use clubs because if guns get used, the nukes start flying.
They have guns.
But they have guns, but they have an agreement not to use. They have an agreement not to use them because guns will lead to tanks, which will lead to artillery being called in, and then the nukes start flying.
Look, all I know
But
is
if they
this:
but if they just stick to clubs, they can make a political stank about they can make a political stank about being about clubs,
I
and they can
just
just
want to know.
continue. They can keep it going,
I
and
just
both
want to
sides
know.
can continue to use that as an excuse to keep or to fund their defense budget.
I just want to know which AI bot is Bosnian or Serbian. That's all I want to know. All right, that's all.
Because the 90s never ended, right?
Look, man. Do
We
you know
still
the funny?
what's if someone says starts making you're stuck in the 90s, like, look, NATO still has troops deployed to Kosovo.
Look, man. During the 2024 World Cup nonsense, when they had soccer teams playing, some of them were Russian. The other team put up the Serbian team rushed a different team because the other team had taken the Russian flag and flipped it upside down, and they thought it's the Bosnian flag, so they rushed the other team to beat them up.
Yeah.
So when you sit there and go, this you guys stuck in '90s, shit hasn't stopped, dude. See, why don't you talk to me about Israel and Palestine? Shit's been going on for 50 plus years. My grandfather was dealing with that shit. Anyway, what's next?
So speaking of bots, there are over 3.1 million fake stars on GitHub projects to
So
boost rankings.
so this isn't new news. A lot of security people have known for a long time that a lot of GitHub people are fake. They are Chinese bots that have slowly gained access through just lasting long enough and putting out just enough work to be relevant.
Yep.
And now they have access to the system, so they can decide where the security holes are. Oops.
Oops.
So that was the thing. What
Next.
I find funny is that the U.S. government, was it CISA, CISA,
Yeah, CISA.
knows about these things, but they can't track them down until the weird mistakes happen.
And then they can track them down real fucking fast.
And then they track them down really, really fucking fast. The problem is GitHub is such a huge freaking just repository of just stuff. There's no way to track down everything before things get pushed.
There's just so much stuff that they have really good filters, but they can't keep track of everything at once.
Yep. And so at some point in time, something's going to get through those cracks, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna get real bad, really, really fast, like the whole CrowdStrike thing all over again.
Yep.
So, all right, what's next?
So, Florida news. So
This is
Florida allows using VR recreations of crime scenes now.
how would
This has
you
me this has me a little bit worried.
how would you recreate the crime scene? Like,
Um,
are you taking images and the judge can just kind of walk around in a 3D model? What are we doing here?
so they take a bunch of images and they use that to recreate. Take a bunch of images and they use that to um create a 3D world that you walk through.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's like there's too much guesswork and digital guesswork, even though it's a computer doing the modeling. There's too
Yes.
much guesswork involved in that. No, there's got
Yeah.
to be
No.
physical evidence.
Yeah. That this is I don't like
Or
this.
you have to use that to create a report to have an expert. There's there's nothing that's inadmissible, but it has to be brought. You would have to bring it in through an expert.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to have an expert. You would have to have it as part of an expert's report. That expert has to testify that, yes, this is the technology. Here's the problems with the technology, but this is our best guess on how the crime scene actually looks and what happened.
Yeah,
It's the same thing like when you do forensic stuff. It's not the DNA testing's not isn't what's actually admitted. It's the lab tech's report.
Yep.
And you have, in order to get it admitted, you have to get it verified by a lab tech. Okay, you did this. What procedure did you use? Is this industry standard? If you're doing it right.
Yeah, this
Same
seems a
thing
little
with
too.
same thing with a polygraph. And polygraphs specifically are not admitted. But if someone submits themselves to a polygraph, you can get the report of the polygraph technician and interview him. What did they ask? How was this done? Etc. Etc. What are the issues with this? How this could be inaccurate? And then both sides get to answer, and then you could bring in an expert to counter. That's how it's supposed to work. But using this, I kind of have an issue with. But at the same time, the defense requested this because apparently they thought that something showed up that they thought that either photos of the crime scene weren't showing the full picture. So I can get why the defense would request to use this,
Seems
and how
like
that
a
could
hate.
actually also be a good thing. But it bothers me because I can see the prosecution misusing this very easily. I don't have you anymore.
Hmm?
Oh, are you there?
I'm here. I just what? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Did you lose me?
You just got real quiet and then I finished, and you were sitting there for 20 seconds.
Sorry, I was reading. I have the tool monitor, so I got you on one side and something else on the other. So
you were reading as I was being
as
a
you were
nerd.
talking, yeah, you had the article right there. So anyway, yeah, I don't like this. This looks like this could be mishandled too easily. I don't want to touch it. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
All right, what is next?
Something slightly enraging. So, Azure Lane's removing outfits because to comply with Google censorship.
Yeah, I saw this.
Some of these outfits, especially Atago's and Shinano's outfits, have been in the game for years.
Mhm.
Years.
Yep. So what's funny about this is that Kirsha complained about this like a few days ago, and Kirsha and Pippa and Lumi and most of FaZe Connect play Azure Lane. So like I just see a bunch of VTubers going, "What the fuck?" And I'm going, "Girls like boobs." Check.
Check. Speaking of that, did you see apparently Subaru got an Opie mouse pad?
Yep.
She was bragging to other face not all other Hololive girls that it's so comfortable.
It is very comfortable. She should let everyone see.
Which would let and so other some within Hololive were like, oh, she's not Seizo anymore. This is scary.
Has Subaru ever been really say so? I mean, really?
Not really.
Not really. With
She's been adorable, whatever she's been.
a dork.
She's been
She
best duck tomboy.
I find that every single tomboy VTuber is just a dork, and I go, this is fine. This is okay. My camera hates you. Let me just. Yeah. There we go.
Like,
My camera keeps
these
blurring
outfits
me
have been
out.
out there. Why now?
Google hates you.
Well, yeah.
This is something I think a lot of people don't understand. That Google hates you. Google doesn't like you. Google doesn't like anything people enjoy. Google wants to control you, and the best way to control people is to take away everything that they love and make it into bland slop. Remove all culture, because then people can't go and complain about culture.
What the fuck happened to Don't Be Evil?
They removed that back in 2019.
They stopped living up to it long before then.
I know, but they actually just full on removed it back in 2019. They said fuck it, and that's around the same time the election was going on. So there you go.
Here you go.
It's like we shouldn't be evil. Maybe we should use our resources to push people towards the proper good. What's the proper good? What's the proper good? What do you mean by that? This fucking thing.
Anywho.
There we go.
So next on the docket, Japan took out a South American South American piracy website.
They did. Japan is taking out a lot of websites lately. It is getting
specifically they took out Rhine.cloud.
Mm-hmm. They're just nuking everything. They're like, listen, we don't have a lot of exports, but anime is a large number of it. It doesn't help.
I just had to check. One of my sites was still up. See, I don't use streaming sites. That's a secret. I know the old ways.
The deep magics.
I know the deep lore, and I don't use the deep lore because I'm a good boy. I'm just aware of it.
Listen.
I don't.
Listen.
I don't sail the high seas.
I just talk to people
But if
using.
I did, I know the deep lore.
I just talk to people using MIRC, and we do our own thing, and it's a private server, and we all know each other. So there we are.
There we are.
Oh yeah, and we just discuss things that we like.
So anyhow, so they went after a resigning piracy website. So Viz Media and Toei are getting involved. They've also contacted Google directly to have a bunch of piracy URLs removed. And apparently that number is in the billions.
Look, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. Life finds a way. Life finds a way.
You can't stop the signal.
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna keep happening. All right. But you have to remember the oldest way of pirating anime was you knew a guy who would then take who would take a reel from one of the Japanese TV stations. He'd input it into a Betamax freaking disc, and he'd send the Betamax disc to you
Not
with translations. And
not
then you would take those
not
translations. You'd go to another guy. He'd take the Betamax. He'd put it on a VHS, and he'd add the translations onto the thing, subtitle it, and then you'd have your own subtitled anime on VHS.
one of the things they did at the first anime cons was everyone would bring their VHS players, and it would just someone would have the initial Betamax tape. They'd pop it in. They just bring a stack of blank VHSs with you. Get some
Yep.
anime.
Yep.
Because that's the only way you can get it.
The harder that they make it for us to enjoy, the more we work with it. Although someone was doing a what the fuck happened on Twitter, where they were showing the localizations of Spanish versus English of a lot of different shows, and like the English shows are like butchered English teenage speak from the 90s, and then Spanish is just a full-on translation with a little bit of localization. And they're just like, why is this? And they're like, why is the Spanish translation so much better than the English one? And I'm going, well, you see, Spanish people love anime. American people like to control you. They don't know how children talk. So they just see memes. They go, this is how people talk. And I go, I've never heard any Zoomer talk like that ever.
Ever.
No one talks like that unless they're trying to be ironic, or they're a VTuber trying to be ironic. What you need to do is get off of TikTok for 5 minutes and go talk to actual people. Jeez.
I have never heard someone say skibbity in real life.
I've never heard anyone say sus in real life.
I've used it in real life.
I've used it ironically. But generally speaking, I'm like, that's weird. Weird is the word I use. That's strange. That's hinky. This smells. These are all things I say. Sus, I'm like, why don't I just say the word suspicious? It's right there.
I've used it, but I've also used it I've used it unironically, but I've also used it with other phraseology. Is it this? Like usually if I would use it, it'd be like, this seems a little sus. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Yeah. I like the word weird or hinky. Those are my words. Those are the words I'm gonna keep using. I'm gonna use 1950 slurs pretty soon.
I mean,
I'm gonna bring back hard dick. Some good hard dicking.
I mean, you already use old slurs. I don't know how many arguments I've seen where you've just got lost your temper and gone, listen to your hockey.
Everyone's like,
I remember one time you did that. It's like, that doesn't work on me.
Anyway, let's.
I've got the genealogy. I can bring out the genealogy right now. That doesn't work on me.
Next article. What's our last one?
This has me excited. Nanaha's coming back.
That is weird. It's very weird.
It's one of those things where it goes away for a minute and then it comes back for a second. Like, you had Nanaha went away for a decade, and then it came back with Nanaha Detonation. Now it's been away for it's 2025. The last thing that came out was Nanaha Detonation in 2018. So it's been away for about 7 years, and now it's back. And it's, how would I put it? It's a very I think part of the reason it does that is it doesn't fit in one genre.
I got you. Yeah.
It's a magical girl show, but it's a mech show pretending to be a magical girl show.
as opposed to Macross Delta, which is a mech show, or is it? Which is it's a mech show, but
It's an
it's a
idol show
magical
pretending to be a
show
mech
pretending
show.
to be a mech show.
But that's always been Macross.
No, that was only Macross after it split into two different universes.
I mean, what came out after Macross? It was Macross Plus. What was Macross Plus? They went and saw the F-22 trials, and got so excited about the F-22 trials that they decided to make an idol anime. Am I wrong about Macross Plus?
You're not wrong about Macross Plus, but Macross Frontier
They
was
turned the
was
F-22 trials into an idol anime with a love triangle.
Macross has always been an idol anime love triangle, though. That's what it's always been.
Always.
That's been the relationship drama in Macross forever. It's what it always will be.
Just don't have the pineapple salad.
Anyway,
but Nana has always had mech elements in it. Even dating back to when it was an Eroge spinoff, it was always, doesn't her Magic Girl outfit look like the Gundam?
Yep.
And then it just took on more and more mech to, here's our main character in a military uniform, in a field jacket underneath service blue. On a field jacket over service blues.
Yep. So that is everything.
Their staff has a fucking AR mag sticking out of it.
Yep. So that's it. That's the show. There we go.
That's our last.
I'm still blurring myself. All right. So the let's see here. The winter season is upon us. MagFest is sometime this week. Everyone's freaking out about it. Nyana Banana's idol show is happening right now. Let me see where that is actually.
So MagFest actually isn't until doesn't start until the 18th. So it's not even next week.
So why does everyone keep telling me 5 days? Or like next week?
No, that was last. No, it's January 23rd to 26th.
Everyone on MagFest 21 Plus keeps saying it's the 10th or the 9th, excuse me.
MagFest Inc. Super MagFest, January 23rd to 26th, 2025, National Harbor.
Well, I keep assuming it's next week. Everyone else keeps saying it's next week. So here we are. So I don't know.
They're high.
Whatever. Listen, there's a lot of drugs. Everyone's on their SSRIs. No one knows what reality is anymore.
Ichiban Con is next week.
Okay.
But we don't know anyone except the Manly Battleship, so we're going to Ichiban Con.
Is he going to Ichiban Con? I thought he was skipping that this year.
I thought he's under contract too.
Okay. There we are. Let me see.
Whether or not he actually goes or he got out of that, I don't know.
Mm.
He does need to take a break. Because you don't want to burn out.
No, you never want to burn out. You see her. Okay, so she streams on Twitch and YouTube, multicasting. There we go.
Okay.
So Nyanya Banana, everyone's favorite ESL lolly brat, who got hit by Aryan Cunny lover, snuggle buddy, with a super chat, and I'm like, oh no, she said the whole name with the 88 and everything.
Oh no.
It was not Snuggler. It was not Snuggle. It was something else. I was like, oh, you said the whole name. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
He's been hitting all the VTubers lately. Like he'll just drop like 20 gift subs and leave. And I'm like, oh, you bitch. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you for supporting the VTuber. You're trying to get people banned
You're trying to get people banned.
with just your name.
I mean, and it's not even funny, like Mike Tyson's ass.
My favorite one has been Emmy had one on her debut, had a guy's name that translates into "I eat shit," and she didn't know that's what it translated to. So she said the name,
Oh
and then
no.
like a year later, he shows up and she goes, "I remember you, Mr. Ono."
Uh,
I'm like, oh, someone told her,
someone told her.
and she's like, I will never forget this phrase ever.
Uh,
But yeah, that's an ongoing thing. I am probably going to jump into Kirsha's collab stream because she's doing a game show thing with a few people. With
I'm gonna,
my with my favorite VTuber, Hina Bobina, because yeah.
I might put that on in the background. I'm working through a dungeon in Persona 3 Reload.
Right. You finally got the tank. You're like, how do you pick up girls in a tank? Don't worry, it'll pick you up. You'll be fine.
Because it was like, what? I was like, when am I gonna get robot girl? It's like you're gonna go to the beach episode, and then you'll get a tank. This is like, how do I pick up? I did the Tucker line from Red vs. Blue. How am I gonna pick up girls on the tank?
And my response was, "Don't worry, the tank will pick you up. You'll be fine." You're like,
oh
what?
yeah, I guess it's the tank.
Don't ruin the joke for people they don't know yet.
So far, I guess best girl.
She will remain best girl unless you like so the red hair girl's name
Mitsuru Kirijo.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Persona 3. I like everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone is likable, even except Junpei. Junpei turns into an asshole for a little bit, but that's because he's having a personal crisis of faith, and you understand as when you realize that he's having a personal crisis of faith. It's just like, it's like, okay, I get why you're being an asshole right now.
Oh yeah,
I wish you weren't an asshole towards me, but I get why you're being an asshole.
Yep, and he also
I'm gonna be the bigger person. Be understanding.
He also relapses at some point, but he gets better once he gets a girlfriend. So,
but everyone's great. I can tell that the game is pushing you. I can tell that the game is going to push you towards Aigis, and it's always going to push you towards Yukari.
Yep.
And that's fine. Yukari's great.
I have personal issues with Yukari, but that's mostly because I played the original game and the bitch couldn't hit shit. Me just screaming, just hit one fucking thing. How do you trip using a bow?
Bows can be hard to learn.
I understand that, but the whole point of using the bow is that you're not supposed to be able to trip when you miss. And she does, and I go, like the main character can use any in the original version. The main character can use any weapon he wants.
Yeah. Oh, and in Reload, it's you can only use a sword.
Yep. Yeah, and in it's while in the original you could use any weapon you wanted, and what you would do is because at the beginning of the game it's very hard to hit anything. Your hit chance is so low at such a low level that you should use weapons that you either know will hit, which is usually the bows, or will not let you trip if you miss, which is the bows.
Bows.
Or you just use magic to knock everything down. Those are kind of your options. So
you get birth of magic really fast, though.
Oh yeah. That's a common thing for low level Persona in all games. But as I was saying, so that's the thing. And then you've got the brain. The so Yukari though, she would use her bow and she would still miss. And not only would she miss, she'd trip. And I'm like, the whole point of the bow is you can't trip.
That's a programming error.
They kept it in for all the games and all the remakes except for the
She still
remake.
misses in R, but she doesn't trip.
Yes.
No one really trips. You just miss.
Yes, which is them changing the combat system essentially.
It feels a lot. The combat system feels a lot from going from whatchamacallit,
For Golden.
No, I started with P3 Portable, and then I dropped it because there was a Steam sale on Reload. I was just like, well, I'm just gonna play the remake.
Gotcha. Yeah, and the way
and
that
then maybe I'll go back and I'll play the female MC campaign for Portable.
Yep. The biggest difference between the two is the social system is a little less forgiving in Reload. It's very hard to increase all those social stats.
Oh, I'm going insane trying to keep up with it.
It is. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is a fucking slog. And I'm just like, I know I have. I started making a guide and I stopped playing Persona 3 Reload. I'm like, this is so fucking difficult because I'm constantly going back 5 fucking saves.
What I know is I'm just get the stats maxed, and the levels for everything else. I'm just gonna come back and there's gonna be a new game plus. There's gonna be a new game plus that's gonna happen.
That's what you're gonna have to do. But that's an ongoing thing. But the so Steam sale is finally over with. I got all these games. My sister or my cousin got me The Witcher, and I'm gonna go. I already have The Witcher. Why'd you give me a Steam code for The Witcher?
Yeah, that's like you got me. You asked me about The Witcher as soon as I bought the entire trilogy in a Steam sale.
I was just like
the hour after I got it in a Steam sale.
Well, my cousin's like, hey, here, I'm like, I already have this on GOG. Why would you give me this? I'm like, I already have this on GOG. It was free on GOG like forever ago. If you had Twitch Prime, so like I snagged it while it was free.
So I did pick up some stuff on Steam sale. I got Zestria and Vesperia, and the Rise. What else did I get?
Let me open my Steam right now. Let me see what I got.
I'm trying. How do I?
Let's see here. I got Batman Arkham Origins because it was $2.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
That's the only Arkham game I don't have because it's the only one that's never bundled in the Arkham bundle sales that always happen. It's like you can have all 3 Arkham games going, but there's 4. There's the 4th Arkham game. There's the prequel to the Asylum. Why is it never on sale?
I finally picked up Shadow and Mordor.
I did pick up Contraband Police and I wanted to play that, so I got that.
I picked up Blue. You know how we all we've all dabbled with Blue Reflection Second Light.
Yeah,
I picked up the original Blue Reflection.
Nice.
I actually know what the fuck's going on in Second Light, and I can actually go play it now.
I see. I just did a new game plus of Second Light, and I just did lots of talking to everyone. I went, okay, I understand what's going on now. I get it.
I don't know what's going on, and that's partially it's ruined the game for me. Even though I have actually bought Second Light twice for Switch.
I picked
it up physically based on your recommendation. I forgot I had it physically, and then I bought it digitally on your recommendation.
I got Valiant Hearts on sale, and Valiant Hearts coming home. So, which came out sometime I think this year or last year. It's a World War I puzzle game thing.
Okay.
I ended up buying it because Sheena was playing it. And I'm like, this game looks cute and fun, and it's got history. I could enjoy this, and I was like, oh, it's on Steam sale, 2 games for less than $10.
Nice.
Yep, and I was like, okay, there we go. And all the face hags are grooming their chatters now. They're trying to make us into their perfect man, which is wrong. Only Tenma's supposed to do that. That's Tenma's stick.
It's also going to be kind of hard because like I know Pippa's into twinks, but Pippa's at least bi, so
yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't. That makes sense. She's into twinks because they're feminine.
Yeah. But Tenma likes very muscular men. Sheena likes healthy looking men, and I'm like, okay, she accidentally outed herself during Tenma's looking over.
What does healthy mean?
Not overly muscular, but not fat. You can have a dad bod, but don't have a gut.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm like Sheena. That's way too feasible. That's way too easy to get. Don't give men hope like that. Don't do that. Don't give them hope.
That could be me in 3 years.
That could be me in 2 years. Don't give them hope. Like the whole reason I go Tenma because I will never reach bodybuilder status, but I'm gonna try. Damn it, I'm gonna try. Why? Because I can't do that, and then I go, yes, I fucking can. Don't tell me what to do, me. But because Tenma was doing like the looking over of her gym capinis, and like Lumi was there, and Lumi's like, ooh. I go, Lumi, stop. You stop too.
Stop.
Lumi, you stop too. You stop. And then like she like jumped in and she goes, he doesn't look fat. He looks perfectly fine and healthy. And I'm going, oh no, Sheena, don't Sheena, stop.
No, don't give us hope.
Don't give us hope, Sheena. Don't give us hope. Don't give us hope. Okay. First of all, you're the only phase girl I can confirm can cook for herself and has a clean room. The only one I can confirm. Don't give us hope.
Don't give us hope.
Like you sound normal and natural. The only issue is you have health concerns. I go, oh no. Okay. All right. That only makes me want to protect you. This is terrible. Stop it, Sheena. Stop grooming us. She's like, you know what smells good? This one cologne. Oh God, Sheena, stop. Just stop, Sheena. Stop it. That's fine. That's okay. It's all right. It'll be okay because I'm gonna stick with Tenma and her impossible goals. That's how I keep myself grounded. That's how I roll. If a woman wants normal functional goals for me, absolutely not. No. Impossible goals where I can never accomplish. There we go. That's the way it'll roll. I think that's all we got to go and say. We are done. Everyone, we will see you next week.
Yep. See you next week, y'all.
11th, I don't think I have anything special planned. I do need to edit the birds are government spies video from the VTuber so that it's not 2 hours of rambling and FOIA documentation into maybe like a 20-minute video.
Oh, Lord.
There's a lot of talking and a lot of FOIA documentation, and there's videos, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. It's an hour and 50 minutes. I thought it was going to be like 40 minutes long. It's an hour and 50 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? There was not this much information. How did we get this? What?
How did we get here?
I don't know how we got here, but we did. I'm like, in a normal like presentation, it's probably 40 minutes of information. But because it's a stream, it just keeps going and
going and going and going.
The tangents begin. It happens. But yeah, I need to edit that.
You didn't go over. You didn't. Oh, blah 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 blah. You didn't have the VTuber go over IP over avian carrier, did you?
There was discussion about DARPA making that hummingbird model over 10 years ago, and how the creation of that led to further improvements within not only drone technology, but also, and here's here, also video and audio recording devices via drone.
Lord.
I'm just like, why is all this publicly available? Who made this publicly available? DARPA did. Why did DARPA make this publicly available? People are like, well, DARPA is a part of the government. DARPA's kind of, sort of. It's more of a private organization that works so closely with the government. It's tied to it.
Well, DARPA is a government agency, but what you're thinking about is RAND Corporation, which is owned by DARPA.
What's the difference?
RAND Corporation is technically a private corporation, but it's owned by DARPA.
Yeah, but all DARPA tech just goes to RAND.
Well, RAND can think on its RAND because it's not actually a government agency. Can think on its feet a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there's a whole thing there. There's also discussion about how the CIA was testing nuclear-powered engines for jets back in the 70s.
Oh yeah, they were doing that back in the 70s.
And I was just like, where are we going with this? Oh, and there was this one drone that they made in the 70s that's supposed to look like a bird. They were going to put a nuclear engine in it and fly it over Russia just in case. I'm like, just in case of what?
Got it.
Just in case of what?
In case the war in Germany went bad.
In the 70s?
Dude, the 70s were hell. Dude, we almost went to war multiple times in the 70s.
Only like 27 times. It's fine. Who's counting? Who's counting, really? That's like
part of my dad's issues with type 1 diabetes stem from the fact that he went over as a military dependent into Germany in the 70s. And where he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and they said, we have these fancy new glucometers, but they're not going to stand when we go to war. They're not going to stand up to EMP. You have to treat you have to determine how much insulin you need by feel. That fucked him the rest of his life.
Yeah, that'll do that. The what was it? The I was gonna say something. Oh, the fact that there was a point where he was discussing dead drops and how they work. I'm like, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
Where are we going with this?
And it's like, yeah. And so what you do is you do that, and then you would take your birds, strap them to a dog, and the dog would then run across enemy lines, go behind the enemy, and then release the birds. And I'm like, what? Then the birds had little cameras on them.
Did you
discuss
did you hear
the birds
about the Soviet program to try to use dogs as sappers?
Yes, I remember that.
Failed because when they tried to release the dogs, when they released the suicide dogs, the dogs ran back to their handlers because they were afraid.
Yep.
It's like you morons.
I think my favorite part of all this is the birds aren't real conspiracy was explained, because the birds aren't real conspiracy started in 2017.
God.
Listen, he's going, listen, none of this was on the internet at all until 2017. After 2017, it just exploded, and people started making shit up from the 80s. I'm like, okay, all right, here we are. So the birds aren't real thing started in 2017 by a guy at the Women's March who was just trying to be funny. So check out Katsudan VTuber on YouTube, and he's apparently going to do like one of these deep dives every 2 weeks or so. So you can go ahead and check out his work. And once he has enough subscriptions, he can then sell coffee.
Lord.
All right. Yep. All right. So this has been the Geek-Posium. We will see you guys next week, where we will talk about other things, and hopefully we'll know exactly how racist I can make a black AI bot. I'm just saying. I'm gonna just, I don't know who should I choose? The Chinese? I should go with the Chinese probably. I'm just saying.
I have
I'm
no
just saying.
words.
Stop Asian hate, everybody. Have a good night, everybody.